So I've had a lot of people reach out to me recently and ask me to do a video on my garage. Now, I want to be upfront and honest with you, it is not the most interesting place in the world. It's a standard oversized double car garage, but this is where I do most of my work. I'm going to talk about a handful of things that I'm probably going to do longer videos on in the future. I've also had people reach out to me and ask me to do videos on these various things, but without further ado, I will get you turned around here and show you what's going on. Okay, I'll start you off in the corner here, nothing too exciting. Engine stand, pressure washer. I hang a lot of my stuff here, my hunting gear. Helmets, kids' helmets. This is for when we are out in some of our off-road vehicles. Toolbox. Anyway, this is one of the items that I've had some requests to do some videos on. This is a Odes side-by-side. And essentially what it is well, it's an Asian knockoff. They take their design cues from a Yamaha Rhino, and then they put a Can-Am 800 twin in here, as well as a Can-Am transmission. Been out with some Can-Ams that have similar engines and a lot larger price tag, and they don't perform any worse or any better than this thing does. So it has all the positive characteristics that those Can-Ams do with a lot smaller price tag. Built my own seat for the back of it. $20 seat, $20 worth of steel. I've got a video on that, how I built it and how I did it. Anyway, this is going to be one of the items I'm going to review a little bit more intensely because I have a lot of people that are interested in my review. I've had this since 2013, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Some pros, some cons. What else do we got here? We've got a Yamaha Raptor. This is a 2008. This as well is one of those items that I've been requested to do some reviews on it. My apologies again, I got some hunting stuff sprawled all over the place. It doesn't get a lot of use anymore, at least as much as I'd like to use it, but one of my favorite ATVs I've ever owned. This actually has a really neat story too. I bought it secondhand off a guy that won a bunch of money playing poker online, and his friend almost killed himself on his. His friend bought a matching one, and this went up for sale really quickly. So it's in really good shape. It was next to brand new when I got it. Anyway, I'll save the detail on that for later. This is our kids quad. Quick little story on that is my kids wanted a Power Wheels. We used to do a lot of camping without power. Anyway, use a generator for power, and I thought to myself, there's no way I'm going to listen to a generator run all day long while I charge a Power Wheels. So I wanted something I could just put gas in and go. Now, this is a really neat rig in that, one, it's cheap, and two, this right here, well, you carry in your hand, but anyway, it's got an electronic remote control kill switch. So when your kid's learning and they're going for something that you don't want them to hit, tree, ditch, whatever, you can save their butts before they hit it. Anyway, let me know. I can also do a little review on that. I got a little personal gym set up here. This is a picture my cousin painted for me. A little tribute to my car. Got a Nitro RC truck. And then here you're starting to look at some of the cabinetry that I put in my garage. This is a Costco cabinetry system. Really, really nice stuff. And when you catch them on sale, pretty good value. So all of this cabinetry that you're looking at here, everything down below, the bamboo countertops. I got a couple units over there too, cabinet style. It was like 1,600 bucks. So really good value. It's not like, you know, commercial grade sturdy, like the doors are a little flimsy, but for what it's worth and what I use it for, it's great. Yeah, a little gym. My wife and I, we work out down here in the garage. Try to keep our fitness up. Memorabilia, as I mentioned, I hunt. What else do we got here? This is, I guess, where you keep all the oddball stuff, old stereos, car wash goodies, knife sharpening, gun cleaning. This guy, yeah, a little sanding unit. So I just recently bought this, and why I bought it is I got this 3D printer, and I still am, I'm building these delete plates, 3D printing them. And what I was doing, now I'll get to a little bit more of the story on the car here, but this is fresh off the printer. So this has had nothing done to it. And then I got looking and I thought, well, I wonder if I maybe do one of these so that it matches the kind of 90s not so perfect trim a little bit better. So I sanded them down, painted them with the same SEM trim black that matches the 87 through 93 Foxbody Mustang trim. And anyway, this is just something I'm working on here recently, but yeah, and this 3D printer, sorry I skipped right past that. This is an Ender 3 Pro. This thing is kick-ass. I'm probably just beyond scratching the surface of its capabilities, but nonetheless, this is a little LS3 block that I printed. This thing's just crazy, the stuff it can do. So that's that. I'm built some wireless charger housings. I did one for my wife's 2019 5th Gen 4Runner. What else have I done? I've built my kids some toys. Anyway, super cool. This thing is first class, awesome, and really good value. Oh, I should mention too, yeah, so this stuff, these are bamboo countertops that come with this Costco cabinet system. They look good. You know, you obviously wouldn't want to really be rough on them. You're going to wreck them real quick, so it's more or less just a nice countertop to set stuff on. I do have a beefier bench over here that I beat on with my vise mounted to it. It is kind of a storage area right now. Sandblaster, power tools, my oil supply. I got some, I buy this oil from an outfit, well, they're a Canadian company, but fully synthetic oil for very, very reasonable prices. Very, very economical to change your oil with first class quality oil. Heater, TV. I run my heater off a 220 plug. That's so I can also plug my welder in. It's an old bazooka tube I had for my side-by-side back in my silly days. I had a little bit of a stereo system in there. The car, right? Everybody's seen the car. This is my 92 Foxbody. My wife refers to it as my first wife, or she's my second. You've probably seen some of my other videos. I rebuilt the engine on this car a couple of years ago. Not for any reason, it wasn't blown up. It just was one of those winter projects that turned into a full-blown, yeah, like heads and cam and all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, I've done videos on that, so check them out on my channel if you're interested. What else do I got here? I got some deer, more cabinets. This is a pretty cool deal. I found this used. Essentially, it's a tumbler. And what I do is I use it when I'm cleaning nuts and bolts and things of that nature. So this, what I use inside there is actually fish tank rocks. So nothing fancy, it's cheap. And yeah, rather than sitting there with whatever it is, sandpaper or wire brush to clean things up, I just throw it in there, turn it on. I usually put it in the basement so I don't have to listen to it because it is a little loud. Well, it's not really loud, but it's more annoying than anything. And cleans your nuts and bolts up. Moving on, generator, grinder, bench grinder, my Lincoln 180 electric. I really like this unit. I don't run it on gas. I use the shielded wire right now, which is a little messy, but I'm going to be looking for some gas in the very near future for it. And then yeah, just some woodworking tools, chainsaw, my blower, anyway, stuff that I build things with around my house. So, yeah, side view of the car. That is more or less it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else rather neat that any of the folks that were interested in seeing this stuff around here would want to see. Probably not. Okay, so that's kind of it, right? Nothing too fancy. I mean, if there's something that I touched on that you guys want to hear or know a little bit more about, feel free to hit me up in the comments below and I'll do something for you on it. One thing I did forget to mention, I get quite a few people commenting on the floor in my garage. So what it is it's an epoxy that I bought at a local store here. I bought it on sale for a little over $100. And now I had to buy 2 kits, depending on what you're buying, right? The kits that I bought 2 kits and I used like a full one and maybe a quarter of the other one. Lessons learned on it: if you're gonna need 2 kits, mix the 2 kits together. Part of my floor is a different color than the vast majority of it. But anyway, yeah, and then you just get a little bag of fleck in there too. I used a little bit, I didn't use a ton, just because I wanted to have some contrast if I lost a washer or something. I was digging around looking for it on the floor. But it's great. I'll never not have another epoxy floor. Anything spills on it, it wipes right up. It's bulletproof stuff. And this is just a cheap system. I think to pay someone to do it, you know, you're well over $1,000 at least. So yeah, that's the epoxy floor. But yeah, overall, that's my garage, and this is where I hang out. Obviously, I'd love to have more space, right? We all do, but this kind of works for me. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So thanks very much for watching. As always, feel free to hit me up below. I'm very responsive to anyone that has any questions or comments and wants to know a few things. So thanks very much for watching. Until next time, guys, take care.